In 2020, we made the huge decision to sell our home in the lower 48 and move north to Alaska to live a way of life free from the hustle and bustle of big city life. Join us here as we share our everyday adventures living free in Alaska. This video was originally aired on our other YouTube channel, RVing to Alaska. All footage was shot during the pandemic in April of 2021. Good morning again, everybody. It's Stacey and Gary with RVing to Alaska.
Hello, folks.
And we are coming live to you from beautiful Oak Bay, Juneau, Alaska. Now, the town of Juneau is how far away? 10 miles?
12 miles that way.
12 miles. So, it's pretty...
It's all industrial and fishing.
Let me turn around the here we go. So it's just pure beauty.
Yeah, down over this way you got the mountains. Oh my, mountains, oh my.
But turn this back around. We had another amazing, beautiful day of cruising. Yes. The Inside Passage. We left.
Well, I have a little bit. I have some stats here.
You have some stats?
Well, let's just take a look a little bit.
We left Ketchikan at about 11:20 yesterday morning, and we diverted from normal cruise patterns.
I think it's fairly normal. That's about the only way. It's the big waterway through. There's other smaller channels that we couldn't have taken.
On the cruise map in there, we did not follow the red dotted line.
Anyway, we're in Juneau.
Okay, what are our stats?
So, we cruised for about 19 and a half hours yesterday. Got into port this morning right about 7 a.m., actually an hour earlier than scheduled. We went to 297 nautical miles, which is just a little over 320 miles, I believe. And the average speed was 15.2 knots, or about 19 miles an hour for those 19 hours. So
it was smooth.
A great, smooth, beautiful day and evening.
We haven't had one raindrop on us. It did get chilly last night as we came out of Chatham Strait, or...
we came out of Sumner Strait into Chatham.
And we hit the open ocean. I mean, we just had a few slight rollers. I mean, we haven't even been rocked to sleep yet. So today we enter the Gulf of Alaska, so that's probably going to change.
Be pretty nice because we're going to go through Icy Strait right by Glacier Bay. We're not going to go up there, but we're going to go right by Glacier Bay and out into the Pacific Gulf of Alaska.
So it could get a little lumpier, but I have been actually waiting for that being rocked to sleep feeling.
I just want to get some crazy waves going on so we can feel what the boat does.
No, I don't want that. There's a nice fishing vessel coming in. Just a quaint little port. I'm assuming that's the ferry terminal building there. Is the boat fun?
It doesn't have your schedule of events like a cruise ship would.
That is exactly correct.
It's whatever you make of it. Bring some games. You can play games in the forward lounge. Bring a book. Bring some movies. We
loaded our tablet with some shows that we're watching. So we've got, I think, 3 different series, full seasons. So we have definite screen time if we want. But our days have been spent in the forward lounge. Should we just go up there real quick?
If you want to.
Okay, we'll go up there. Our days have been in the forward lounge. And yeah, this level. And they have tons of booths and tables. There is one little area where there's puzzles that you can that are already there. So if you like jigsaw puzzles, it's a great time killer. So you can do that. We found a deck of cards. So for 2 days straight now, all we've done is play King's Corner and Garbage. We don't know any other card games. And there's like Monopoly and other things, but you find ways to pass time. You look at the scenery. We've been using our boating app that gives us the charts to kind of see where we're at, where we're going, read about the seas where we're at, like the history on the straits we're going through. Kind of boring stuff if you're not a boater, but if you're a boater, it's fascinating. Here we go. Turn this around. Put my mask on. And we're gonna go the wrong way on the one way. So here's a selection of vending machine. Hold on, I gotta get it where I can talk. There we go. And there's juices and sodas. See, prices. $1, mostly $1 for all of the foods, which isn't bad. They're not.
$2 for your K-cups, Kyle.
Oh yeah, $2 for a K-cup. Water $2.75, tea $2.75, juices $1.50, and cans of soda look to be $1. So this is the forward lounge, and as you can see, most tables have a little table. And where that lady is sitting is where we've been sitting all week. Your spot is gone. But so this has just been home during the day for us. And it's got a beautiful forward view. So we can watch for whales, birds, and other scenic activity. Betty asks, how many passengers do we think are on this trip? I know the first leg, Bellingham to Ketchikan, only 70 passengers. I don't know how many got off and on yesterday or today, but I'm assuming we're averaging around that. The ship is empty. We recognize pretty much everybody. Most people are going to Whittier. A big chunk, we could tell that when we were in line waiting to get on the ship, that most of the middle lanes where we were all Whittier passengers. Why K-cups and vending machine? There's a Keurig coffee machine in one of the lounges, so you can go make your own coffee. Let me zoom back up and see if I missed anything. I think I got all the questions. Are you allowed to get off the ship and sightsee? No, during COVID you can't.
We can get off the ship within the terminal area.
We can get off the ship and just walk in the parking lot. Okay, I'm just zooming through all the last questions. I think I've answered them all. All right, guys, it's been a long one, but I think, oh, my thumb's in the way. I think you've enjoyed the little tour of the Kennecott, and we will check in with you next time. So I just ran down to the we just went through a crew drill, but I just went down to the room, and the security officer's cabin is right by ours, and there was a note on their door that had passenger counts for today. So, being nosy that I am, I looked. And right now there are 119 people on board. 49 of that are crew. So that means we're back to the same number that we were out of Bellingham, with 70 passengers. I also noticed that in Yakutat, there's 8 people getting off and 22 cars. I also believe it was either 40 or 70. I think it was 40. 40 people got off in Juneau this morning. And I think it was 53 vehicles. So there was a lot of numbers for me to memorize, so I may have got it all off, but I do know for a fact for sure the 119 passenger count with 49 being crew. So it's a light boat once again. So now we've just set sail out of Juneau and we have just entered Icy Strait. But now Gary and I, we're just in a mean match of King's Corner. All right, I'm gonna let you go for now. Well, we just passed Glacier Bay National Park. Boy, that brings back lots of memories of my childhood and coming up here with my grandparents on their boat. But we are very close to entering the Gulf of Alaska. It's around 6 o'clock, I think, right now on Tuesday evening. And so far, all is good. The seas have remained calm and flat, and we just checked the weather before we lost cell signal, and it looks like winds are going to be at a minimum the whole way up the Gulf Coast. So we will see if that holds true or not. We did just go, or we're approaching a squall. It looks like it might be snowing, but this is the first weather we have seen all week on the trip. So just down in the cabin, grabbing some cookies and putting a phone on a charger. I'm gonna head back up to the lounge and just chill out for a couple more hours before we turn in for the night.
We're starting to approach the angry Pacific. Interesting to see actually how angry it is. Must be doing going through some current and tidal changing right now.
That was a good little trough. Oh, I can't wait to be rocked to bed tonight.
That's always the best. It always is nice.
Good evening, everyone. I was shocked to see full bars of cell signal right as we are entering the Gulf of Alaska. This is the last bit of land right over there. And we're gonna just make a turn and go right around them. And next stop will be Yakutat in the morning, and then Whittier on Thursday morning. But I just thought I'd show you. I have the phone up against the glass of the window so you get a fair representation of the rollers that we're taking. These are the very first any kind of waves we have had this entire journey. Actually, here comes one. But we have had flatter than flat seas since we left on Saturday night. And even when we hit open ocean in Queen Charlotte Straits in British Columbia and near Prince Rupert, well, that was a good one. Woo! The seas were like 1 foot. I have no idea what the seas are measured right now. It's not uncomfortable. The tide is coming in right now, so of course the currents are coming towards our bow. And yeah, we just went through a little squall about half an hour, 45 minutes ago, where it rained a little bit. So that was also the first weather we've seen this entire transit. But just wanted to share with you what it looks like when we actually leave all the protection of the islands in the mainland and head out to sea. Oh, this is going to be a big trough. Here, we're on the up and going down. Oh, actually, that wasn't bad. Looking at the wave to our starboard side, it looks a lot more pronounced. This one, now we're going down. If you look at the mast in the center crossbar and judge it with the horizon, kind of gives you an idea of the bounce. But anyways, just wanted to share with you what it looks like. Gonna have a gorgeous sunset and can't complain. Worth every penny. I don't know if y'all saw, but Canada restricted for another month. Borders are closed, so it's kind of depressing. I was hoping maybe some shed of light would be different, especially to help us with our transit to Alaska in 3 weeks in our vehicles, but it is what it is. And when it comes time for us to cross, we'll follow all the rules and regulations and get across as quickly as possible. But anyhow, just thought I'd share. There's Gary. Say hi, honey. That's been our home on the ferry. Alright guys, I'm gonna get back. It's almost dinner time, 7 p.m. And well, the waves are moving, so I'm best to be sitting in my seat. Talk to you on Thursday when we land in Whittier. Bye. Be sure to stay tuned for our next video when we spend our last day at sea aboard the Ferry Kennecott as we cross the Gulf of Alaska, visit the tiny village of Yakutat, see a very unique feature of the ferry in action, and finally arrive at our final destination in South Central Alaska in Whittier, where we disembark the ferry and drive home to Houston, Alaska.